There's nothing else like this on Earth.
Delights your eye with its pink color.
Our world is very intriguing and filled with some of the most captivating structures and locations which defy scientific explanations. Oftentimes, when scientists stumble upon these fascinating places, the secrets embedded within them leave us speechless and clueless. Join us today as we take you on a wild adventure to 21 most mysterious places scientists still can't explain. Number 21. Barac Plateau. Revel in the tales of this mysterious spot, filled with mysteries and unexplained phenomenon. Welcome to the Barac Plateau, a special, scary location nestled in the heart of Kizilorda province. This area is famous for its beautiful landscape, captivating view, and picturesque views. But that's not the only reason why the Barac Plateau is famous. Before you pack your bags and plan a trip to this adventurous destination, you should understand the fact that time works a bit differently here. Try not to get freaked out, but there have been strange stories out of this place that continue to defy human understanding. Legend has it that many who venture into the depths of the plateau experience a strange form of time lapse. Many who explore these ancient wonderlands, thinking they've probably spent a couple of years, often find out when they go out that they've been in the plateau for decades. It takes the concept of killing time to a whole different level. If you're looking to escape the troubles of the outside world for a couple of decades, this might be the perfect location for your next vacation. The full name itself, Barac, translates from the Turkic language to "who goes there will not return." But what could be the secret behind this strange passage of time? To be very honest, no one really knows why such a confounding phenomenon exists within this barren landscape. There are also cases where people who stay a while on the island develop a strange blue skin. To even compound the mystery is the fact that there have been many UFO sightings within this region, many of which have been discarded as rumors. You should know that these strange incidents are not isolated reports or unfounded claims. These are occurrences that have been investigated and established as true by the authorities, although no one knows exactly why time works a bit differently here or why the skin changes color. If you don't mind aging a bit faster than the rest of the world and you're craving a taste of the paranormal, Barac should be right on top of your bucket list for your next adventure. Number 20. The Wave Rock. Welcome to another wild and wonderful location situated in the heart of Australia. No, what you're looking at is not a wave of water that's solidified into a rock. But we wish it was, because the true story behind this phenomenon remains elusive. Nature is such a patient artist, and in recent times it has revealed one of its finest works, to the utter amazement of everyone who fixes their gaze upon it. But what is this wave rock, and why does it look like you could ride a surfboard on its waves? We'll try to explain the science behind it in the simplest way possible. You see, this granite cliff, which looks like a giant ocean wave, is believed to have been formed by weathering and erosion over millions of years. Oh, what power lies in the hands of nature! Power to create and to destroy, power to create while destroying. This massive wave rock has been a subject of mystery and murmur for many years. While most of us, though skeptical, would flow with the scientific consensus, many on the wild side have hewn theories like clothes, cleverly crafted tales involving mythical gods and ancient scepters. But regardless of what the true origin story of this mysterious wave structure is, it still remains a fascinating place to be. Measuring about 45 feet in height and stretching for some 360 feet, this cliff has become a hotspot for tourists. Away from waving rocks, let's examine something even a bit more shocking. Number 19. Eternal Flame Falls. Craving a taste of something mysterious? We give you the Eternal Flame Falls of New York. You've probably heard of this one, but in case you haven't, here's a little introduction. What you're looking at is a small waterfall located in Chestnut Ridge County Park, south of Buffalo, New York. But what's fascinating about this natural reserve isn't just the 30-foot waterfall, although the fall is cool and all. The secrets of this natural wonder lie beneath the flowing water. If you look closely, you will find a flame burning right under the water. No, that's not CGI. This phenomenon is 100% real. What's more, this flame has burned for a very long time. As a matter of fact, no one knows how exactly this flame started burning or the chemical processes responsible for its continued existence. Although there are other eternal flames in the world, but scientists have found explanations for the geological conditions that resulted in such marvelous sights. But this one is different. Till date, no one has been able to explain the science behind this occurrence, even with all our advanced knowledge. Legend, however, has it that the flame was lit by Native Americans hundreds of years ago and has since then burned with an intensity unquenchable by any force in the world. How cool is that? Number 18, Blood Falls, Antarctica. Away from the lush green landscape of Chestnut Ridge County Park, follow us to the most remote part of the world. Antarctica, the last frontier, is home to a wonder so inexplicable that it beats your imagination. Watch as blood falls right out of the mountain of frozen ice. But what could be responsible for this baffling occurrence? Could there be a massive slaughterhouse hidden behind this giant rock? Is this mysterious structure just a cover for something more sinister? Hold on with the conspiracy theories because this is not real blood. But why is the water so red? More importantly, why is it flowing in a liquid state when the vast expanse of the surrounding McMurdo-Drew valleys has been frozen for millions of years? The short answer? We do not know. Even though scientists have studied this unusual place for quite some time, its secrets remain elusive. But we won't just leave you hanging without any explanation. Here are the little facts scientists have been able to find out about blood falls and why it exists in the first place. By using deep penetrating radars, scientists were able to determine that the water contained a high concentration of brine high in iron. This is believed to be responsible for its red coloration. So why is the blood-red water flowing through the icy landscape? We still have the brine to blame for this. You see, the high brine concentration ensures that the water remains liquid within the subglacial and inglacial environment through latent heat of freezing, coupled with the elevated salt content. Mystery solved? Let's move on. Number 17, the Pink Lakes in Australia. What you're looking at is not a promotional stunt for the new Barbie movie. No, this is a real lake located in the wildlands of Australia. We know you have heard several mysterious stories about this wild landscape, but here's one more from our bag of wonders. But did you know there are more than 10 of these pink lakes in Australia? How mind-blowing is that? This fascinating phenomenon not only exists in one location, but in several places within the same region. It certainly raises the question of how such a fascinating phenomenon could be possible in the first place. Before we begin a tour of some of the top pink lakes in Australia, here's a little lesson on the chemistry behind this puzzling phenomenon. For a lake to take on the pink color, it has to be a salt lake. During hot weather, the algae in the water mixes with the salt and turns the water pink. It's really as simple as that. Here's another thing you should know. These pink lakes do not stay pink forever. In fact, they often change color from lilac to bright bubblegum color throughout the day, and even at certain times of the year. Some pink lakes worthy of mention in Australia include Lake Hiller, Hutt Lagoon in Port Gregory, Lake Warden, Quay Rating Pink Lake, and the Westgate Park Lake in Melbourne, to mention a few. Now, to answer the burning question we know you've got on your mind right now. Yes, it is safe to take a dip in the pink lake, and no, your skin won't turn pink for swimming in this natural wonder. So how about a trip to any of these fascinating spots? You're sure to have an unforgettable experience. Number 16, the Great Blue Hole. What is the story behind this huge gaping hole off the coast of Belize? Is it the site of an asteroid impact, a secret government facility, or the hidden location of extraterrestrial activities? Don't get too pumped, because the answer might not be as exciting as you would expect. Welcome to the Belize Blue Hole. Please watch your steps so you don't fall 354 feet down this massive underwater hole. But that shouldn't be a problem. The 984 feet circle should give you enough room to walk around without stepping into your doom. But is it likely to fall down this rabbit hole and have an Alice-type Wonderland experience? Not likely. What you're looking at is known as a sea hole. What's a sea hole, you ask? Well, these are simply caves that became submerged as the water level around them rose. This one, for example, has been submerged since the end of the last ice age, some 10,000 years ago. Easily visible from space, the Belize Blue Hole is regarded as the largest sea hole in the world. Where is this site? And can you visit? Well, that depends on how much of an adventure you're willing to have. The Belize Blue Hole is located some 62 miles offshore of Belize City, Central America. And of course, you can swim in this blue hole, or at least you can dive. Divers are often treated to the marvelous sight of stalactites and stalagmites that were formed when the Blue Hole was just a simple overground series of caverns. Feeling claustrophobic yet? Let's move on to the next one. Number 15. The Bermuda Triangle. It would be absolutely unfair to make a video about mysterious places without including the legendary Bermuda Triangle. This mythical location needs no introduction. You already know all about it. But in case you don't, or you just need a memory refresh, here's a little rundown of the whole thing. The Bermuda Triangle is a section of the North Atlantic Ocean, right off North America. So what makes this location different from the vast ocean that surrounds it? Well, you should know that some 50 ships and 20 airplanes are said to have mysteriously disappeared in this spot. Although there are ongoing debates on the exact location of the triangle, scientists agree that the mysterious region reaches approximately from the Atlantic coast of Florida to Bermuda, to the islands known as the Greater Antilles. Reports of missing ships and airplanes in this mysterious region began in the mid-19th century. Even the rescue missions sent to find out what happened to these wrecked vessels never make it back either. So what do you think is responsible for the disappearance of ships and airplanes in the Bermuda Triangle? Is there an alien magnet located within the depths, pulling them down into the watery abyss? Or were these vessels victims of natural circumstances? There is an ongoing debate about the cause of these mysterious disappearances. Some theories have been put forward, but if we're being honest, none of them has been able to successfully explain the reason behind these unusual occurrences. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Number 14. Hill of Crosses. Is this a scene from a horror movie? Absolutely not, but it could be. Take a look at this eerie scene filled with over 100,000 crucifixes and other religious icons. This hill, located outside the city of Šiauliai in northern Lithuania, is home to these chilling figures embedded into the ground for no real reason. The exact origin story of this Hill of Crosses remains an unsolved mystery. A tour through this fascinating landscape will take you through thousands of metal and wooden crosses, which were lodged into the ground nearly 2 centuries ago. Growing mounds cover these objects of religious fervor, and the dangling rosaries chime in the wind, providing an eerie soundtrack for this graveyard-like landscape. As you would expect, there are various legendary tales about the origin of this hill and how it took on this chilling image. There's one story, which stands above them all. As this fascinating tale goes, the crosses were left by the relatives of the victims of revolts against the Russian regime in 1831, as well as later in 1863. Would you walk through this hill at 1 in the midnight for $1 million? Let us know in the comments, and we might book you a tour there. Number 13. Al-Naslaa Rock Formation. Follow us to Saudi Arabia, where nature has gracefully deposited one of its finest pieces of craftsmanship. This is the Al-Naslaa Rock Formation, located in Tema Oasis in the arid region of Saudi Arabia. But what's interesting about this boulder? Apart from the fact that it is one of the most photogenic petroglyphs in the area, the rock features a unique slit between the 2 standing stones. Although it looks as though it was cut right down the middle with a powerful laser, what you're looking at is absolutely natural. How do these 2 rocks remain balanced on such a small pedestal? Why haven't these rocks fallen over after so many years? What was the mysterious occurrence that led to the formation of this fascinating phenomenon? Although there have been several scientific theories to explain the existence of the Al-Naslaa rock, none of them have sufficed in providing a perfect explanation. Here's a couple of theories, though. This rock formation could be a result of cracks from old pressure, an old minor fault line, or maybe the ground shifted slightly underneath one of the 2 pedestals supporting the rocks, causing the split. Regardless of these fascinating theories, no one can really tell what exactly happened that led to the formation of this fascinating structure. What more interesting location exists around the world? Stick to the end of this video to find out. Number 12. Hessdalen Lights. Welcome to Hessdalen, an unremarkable valley in the Norwegian countryside. gaze upon its scrubby, low-lying hills and the usual landscape with nothing out of the ordinary. Well, except for these unexplained strange lights that blinker here from time to time. Are you ready to see something absolutely fascinating? Then follow us to this beautiful site with this amazing phenomenon that looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. These lights appear in the sky, moving slowly, separating and reforming, while also winking in and out. But before you scream aliens, scientists have a good explanation for this strange occurrence. There's another interesting part to this story. For many years, news about this fascinating light show did not leave the tight-lipped community. But then in December 1981, the light shone so bright that it caught the attention of the outside world. So what did scientists have to say about this phenomenon? Many theories abound about the origin, including claims of ionized gases in the atmosphere, ball lightning, as well as decaying radon. These scientific theories aside, this mysterious location remains a subject of fascination and wonder. If you'd like to feast your eyes on one of the most beautiful wonders of nature, then the Hessdalen Light Show is the place to be. Number 11. The Colosso Appenninico. How did such a colossal statue grow out of the ground? While we wish that this massive statue truly appeared overnight, the origin story is more ordinary than you would expect. Located in the estate of the Villa Demidov in Vagula, Tuscany, in Italy, this structure is an artistic personifica of the Apennine Mountain, and oh, what a wondrous sight it is. Back in the late 1580s, the Colosso Appenninico was constructed on the grounds of the Villa di Pratolino, a Renaissance villa that fell into disrepair and was replaced by the Villa Demidov much later in the 1800s. Made in the likeness of an elderly man crouched at the shore of a lake, this 36-feet-high statue was a source of water for the Pratolino. Although it is obviously a man-made structure, its origin still remains shrouded in mystery. Number 10. Plain of Jars. Away we fly to another fascinating location embedded in mystery. This time we are in Laos, in the inner region of the Xiangquang Plateau. This would have been an ordinary hill, measuring some 3,600 feet in elevation, except for these massive ancient stone jars scattered across the landscape. No one can really explain how these massive jars came to be, but carbon dating has placed the date of their production to about 2,000 years ago. What civilization existed within these hills thousands of years ago that crafted these massive pieces of artistry? To be very honest, we do not really know. The jars come in varying sizes. Some of them are up to 3 meters high and weigh several tons. Crafted from sandstone rock, these jars have been the subject of research and wild speculations for many years. Hopefully, one day, scientists will fully uncover the real origin story behind these massive sculptures. In the meantime, let us continue on our epic adventure as we explore another unusual place that has defied all explanations. Number 9. Barabar Caves. When Emperor Ashoka commissioned the construction of these stone caves around the 3rd century BC, who would have known that these magnificent structures would remain a subject of awe and wonder thousands of years later? Follows into the Barabar Caves, a network of caves considered to be the oldest surviving rock-cut caves found in India. Located some 25 miles from Bodh Gaya in the state of Bihar, the cave system consists of 4 caves: Karan Chopar, Lomas Rishi, Sudama, and Visvakarma. Imagine the amount of labor that went into crafting these ancient crevices from granites, as ancient craftsmen put their skills to work, creating these magnificent architectural structures that have endured for generations. Want to know something even more fascinating? Scientists have long grappled with explaining how these ancient craftsmen were able to build such magnificent caves with primitive tools. Even with our advanced technology, we still haven't been able to figure it out. Number 8. Gungi Wamp, Connecticut. Feast your eyes on this natural wonder, which has driven many archaeologists crazy as they attempt to unravel its mystery. This fascinating site has attracted what might be described as archaeological conspiracy theories. One of such is that the structures were constructed by pre-Columbian settlers who found refuge within its walls after escaping Ireland to avoid Norse aggression. But these aren't the only set of people accredited with the construction of this massive architecture. Some on the wild side even claim that the stone structures were built by aliens, but of course, aliens are always responsible for everything we can't explain, according to conspiracy theorists. But this site gets even more confusing. Or how would you explain these artifacts? Arrowheads, stone flakes, and pottery fragments found at the site, dating to the time before the Native Americans occupied the lands, or the stone chambers that defy all logic. From the start to the end, everything about Gungi Wamp is an enigma waiting to be solved. Who knows, maybe one day archaeologists will stumble on the clues that will lead us to uncover the mysteries of this ancient wonderland. Number 7. Nazi concrete rings on the Arctic coast. In case you're not intrigued yet, here's another fascinating location to whet your appetite. Welcome to this strange site along the Arctic coast, where many believe that Adolf Hitler tested his anti-gravity machines. But wait, did the dictator have access to alien technology? That seems unlikely, doesn't it? So what were these concrete rings used for? For sure, they look like something straight out of a science fiction movie, but what are they really? According to historical reports, these concrete rings were built by Nazi Germany during World War II and are believed to have been used as testing sites for Nazi wonder weapons. But conspiracy theorists don't like simple explanations like these. Alien theories are definitely more exciting. Many others claim that the location was the test site for the Bell, a metallic bell-shaped weapon that was being developed by the Nazis in Poland. Apparently, this machine was so powerful that it ended up killing the 60 scientists who worked on it. But since there are no concrete proof of these claims, the government keeps denying them. Number 6. Lake Karachai. Fancy a swim? Maybe take a dip in the most radioactive body of water in the world. Welcome to Lake Karachai, known to be the most polluted spot in the entire world. Located in the southern Ural Mountains of Russia, Lake Karachai is one of the most radioactive river bodies ever. But unlike many of the unusual spots included on this list, this one was not formed naturally. Instead, it was polluted by human activity. Lake Karachai is located within the Mayak Production Association, one of the largest nuclear facilities in Russia. For many years, this facility remained secret until 1990. Throughout the years of invisibility, Mayak was subjected to several nuclear meltdowns and indiscriminate dumping of nuclear waste, which is probably why you can't spend an hour near this lake without ending up dead. So you might want to cross this one off your bucket list. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. Deep within an ancient forest lies a mysterious sculpture, the origin of which remains unknown. There are tales as old as time surrounding how this massive structure came to be. Some say it was crafted by the gods and sent down to earth as a monument of worship and adoration. While many believe the sculpture is the work of a master craftsman who toiled day and night to build this piece of perfection. Although it is now overgrown with vegetation, the awesomeness of this massive structure persists. However, there is a burning question that arises in the minds of everyone who gazes upon its picture-perfect curvature. Is it real, or is it just a product of an overactive imagination? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. Skellig Michael. In case radioactive lakes aren't really your thing, here's something else that might tickle your fancy. Meet Skellig Michael, a twin pinnacled crag located in the Atlantic Ocean, west of County Kerry in Ireland. So what exactly is a crag? Are you ready for another science lesson? Let's get on with it. A crag is a steep, rugged rock or cliff, usually isolated from other high grounds. This one stands at about 714 feet above sea level, so you should understand how absolutely massive it is. Right on this fascinating site, you will find the most westerly sacred site in Europe. This rock formation was a monastic settlement back in the 6th century. Some Christian monks settled in this area around 588 AD and stayed there until 1100 AD. Thousands of pilgrims storm the Skellig Michael every year in search of spiritual solace. But accessing this site is no mean feat. Its location is so remote, which is probably why the stone structures remain intact after so many years. Number 4. Hoia Baciu Forest. Are you intrigued by ghost stories? Does exploring the paranormal tickle your fancy? Then you're in luck, because what we are about to delve in will chill you to the bones. This is Hoia Baciu Forest, located in Transylvania, Romania. This dense forest covers approximately 250 hectares of land and is famous for its abundance of strange and unexplained phenomena. Many people even refer to this forest as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, owing to its creepy nature. But how did the forest earn this reputation? We trace the roots back to an unusual occurrence that took place within this eerie landscape. A shepherd who, along with his flock of 200 sheep, went missing in this forest and was never heard from again, gave the forest its eerie reputation. Hoia Baciu boasts of several paranormal activities and is a hotspot for ghost chasers who believe that vile spirits lurk within its green walls. If you don't mind being scared out of your mind, then you might want to add this forest to your bucket list on your next vacation. Number 3. Vitonet Island. Before you pack your bags and head out to this Vitonet Island in Kenya, you should know that it is notorious for unexplained disappearances. According to the stories out of this place, many people who venture into its warm embrace never return. What's more, every electronic gadget that makes it into this island begins to malfunction. This island became so notorious that in 1939 it was declared a national monument and closed off to the public. So, even if you're willing to take the risk, there's no way you can access the site. But what exactly is hidden within this island that swallows humans? Honestly, we don't really know. Most cases of disappearance remain unsolved, even after many years. Number 2. Antelope Canyon. Away from the eerie and mysterious, here's something breathtakingly beautiful. Welcome to the Navajo Upper Antelope Canyon, a part of the Grand Canyon in Arizona. What you are looking at is over 2,000 feet of natural beauty. Formed over the course of 8 to 60 million years, the view here is like nothing you have ever seen. Luckily, it is open to visitors, so you may want to add this to your list of must-visit places. But what natural processes led to the formation of this piece of natural artistry? The constant erosion of the Navajo sandstone, due to the flash flooding common in the area millions of years ago, seems to be the culprit. The finely crafted sides and the finely tuned layer of rock offers you the chance to take the most epic Instagram photos ever. Number 1. Fingal's Cave. Welcome to another picturesque location on our tour of one of the most fascinating places on Earth. If you're claustrophobic, you might want to close your eyes a little bit. Fingal's Cave is regarded as the most famous of the sea caves located in the basalt southwest coast of Staffa, an island in the Inner Hebrides in western Scotland. But what's so interesting about this cave, and why does it deserve a spot on this list? Well, apart from the fact that caves are super cool, this one is embedded in symmetrical, hexagonally jointed basalt columns, which were formed from lava flows by cooling and pressure. But there's more. This cave also features a fantastic natural acoustic that produces a harmonious echo of the sound of swelling ocean waves. You should know this cave is a real tourist magnet. As a matter of fact, many important personalities have marked an attendance in this fascinating site, including Queen Victoria, Sir Walter Scott, and William Wordsworth, among others. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.